Hello everyone, it's me, Esh. Welcome back to Banished. That's right, we're back in Banished. You might have watched the first look at Banished two-parter, and it got enough views and enough feedback that I decided, you know what, I'm going to start a series because it's fun. You guys seem to enjoy it, and so let's get started. Let's get right into this. Let's penetrate this game so hard. So I've decided that we're going to make a new city, mostly because the city from the first look really was going downhill when we ended it. People were going to die, inevitably, because we didn't do a few things early enough. So what we're going to do is, we're going to make a new city. It's going to be called Pizzasota. Like Minnesota. Haha, Pizzasota. Pizza's delicious. We all know that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going with that. We'll leave all these on. In regular mode. Let's do this. Let's get right into Pizzasota. Pizza. Fucking pizza. I want to rub pizza all over my bod right now. It sounds delicious. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to make sure we get a few things done right away. We're not going to worry about how the city looks. We're going to get all of our necessities out of the way right a fucking way. So let's go ahead and get a farm down. A few of them, a crop field. Put a crop field right here. See, a 8x8 sounds good. Put another 8x8 here. There we go. Those should be fine. We're gonna put corn and apparently squash. They have to clear this area first before we can plant anything. We're going to start clearing stuff as well, though. We definitely want a fishing dock. Let's see. It's not a big river, is it? Should probably put this down here. Yeah, this is a good place. It's a little bit farther away than I would want. But it does get right at the Y of the river. Okay. Now we can select squash. Those are good. And now we can select workers. We need workers right away. Now, I've learned a few things. Let's get our UI set up so we have our basic information, our mini-map, and we need this event log. Put this down here. Alright, we got that. Now we can open this up. Put this in the mid somewhere. We can build 2 farmers up so that they'll start farming those. Now, I learned something about farmers. They'll only plant stuff during, I think, spring. And it doesn't matter what other they won't plant until spring. They just won't. It's how the farm works. And it's probably realistic, but a little bit tedious. That's why it's important to get people gathering things like this gatherer. But we need to figure out what we need to build to get a gatherer going. Gatherer's hut. That's what we want. Want a gatherer's hut. We're going to put a gatherer's hut down. Where are we going to put it? Let's put it... Let's build some roads real fast, actually. Let's go ahead and build a dirt road. Like there. And then just build one straight down and we have something to go with. Actually, here's what we're gonna do. Let's see. Dirt road straight down this. And then this. There we go. Okay, now we can build... Well, we're going to build a gatherer's hut. You want a gatherer's hut and a hunting lodge and stuff like that before you even want crops. But I like crops. They're cool. They're just not as sustainable as anything else, really. You can get about one big crop thing going. We got... Who's this? This is Harlsey, 16-year-old farmer, as well as Alas, the 19-year-old farmer. The team, the duo of farmers, the best above the rest. Okay, now we need to build a hunting lodge. We'll build one right here. Oh, right there. Whatever. Just gotta ignore the fact that this is gonna look bad. You know, it's not gonna look optimal like I would normally make it. Okay, now we need to go into here and set some builders. 4 builders. And then we'll get everybody else clearing stuff. Clear some trees out. Clear some rocks out. Clear some iron out. Is there any iron? There's some iron. There is a little bit of iron there. I'm gonna farm the whole area for iron. All right, I think we're good. I think this is actually really good start. Really good start. Okay, now we're going to remove this road, and then we're going to put it across. There we go. Now they're gonna build the roads inevitably first because, well, even if we had placed them last, they'd start building the roads because they're just scatterbrained. They start one thing and then they'll stop in the middle for no reason to go build something else randomly. Just how they roll. You know what? It's fine. Arthena, do what you gotta do. Build some roads, then randomly start sawing on the house, then go build another road. It's whatever. Look at her. Look at her going. Look at Arthena. Arthena, you are a beast. You and Wilhelmer are gonna get this this gatherer's hut up in no time. Actually, it is getting there pretty quickly. We got ourselves 10 of 45 on building and going up every second. Then we got this thing ready to be built. All of the materials are gathered in there. We do want... Yeah, good thing these guys are actually doing some gathering because we're going to be using a lot of materials on these 2 buildings. As you can see, we're already at just 40%. Now the next building we need to build also is going to be a wood chopper. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Wood cutter is what we want. I don't know where to put this. Maybe at the end here. Bam. It's gonna be great. The woodcutter will turn all the logs we get into fire. Well, I say all up into a point. It'll start making logs into firewood. We'll have it maxed out. We already start with 200, and that's the max until you want to raise the max to hold more. And they don't use it until late autumn or so, when things start getting cold. So we have plenty of time. It's still spring. The fields are growing. They'll keep growing. We don't want to harvest them until it automatically hits 100, otherwise it's a waste. It'll automatically harvest them at 100, and then it won't plant again until the next spring. That's why it's probably not an early game, not really feasible for early game. Whereas these are, they'll continually work throughout most of the seasons, I think. I forgot that we actually have a fishing hut over here. It's almost done as well. It's 17 to 45 building. And as you can see, we put this way first, didn't we? And yet they're almost done with the gatherer's hut. They just gave up on the dock. They're like, fuck this water. I'm done with this shit. Alright, we're going to try to put some roads down as well so they can walk to the fishing dock faster. Let's see how good we can make a road here. I don't know if they'll use the roads, to be honest. Unfortunately, there's not really a way to be really inventive with the roads. Like, make them curve down the coast. We can do a jaggedy thing here, like this. You guys think we should do that? Why the fuck not? It's gonna look terrible, but you only get to build Pizzasota once, you know? Just take some chances. Look at this thing. It's almost done. 93%. This thing is done. We need We need a gatherer here, so let's go ahead and pop one of them. Let's see how many citizens we have free now. Let's see, we have 3 laborers. That means we have 3 people that we could potentially assign to do things, but that means they wouldn't be chopping down trees and stuff. Now that we have the main buildings almost done, we can reduce it by 1, I think. We can reduce our builders by 1. We'll have 3 then. And then I'll actually go ahead and put another gatherer, because we want them gathering food as soon as possible. And then we only want to have 2 builders. So once they finish this building and start working on this building officially, we'll mark them down to 2, because that'll be the last major building we really need. And then we can start building houses. Start planning out some houses here. I want to build them in the middle. We could build actually a boarding house, but it won't hold all of our villagers, I don't think. I think it'll hold most of them, but there'll be like 1 family left out. Whereas houses, we can probably build this. I think this is the perfect size actually to build row of houses here, row of houses here down the middle. I want them to start working on this before I place a house, just to try to manage them. You know what? I'm just going to place them. I'm trying to figure out the size here. You know what? Let's just place one here. I'm going to do it, make it like a different shapes and stuff. Go. Let's see, we'll have 4, not quite. We could just do it in the mid here and then put another one. You know what, I'm gonna put one down here first. See how that goes. We'll build 4 of them. Let's up the priority, even though I'm not sure this really does much. Hopefully that'll work. We're getting the roads done first, I guess. Oh man, they're gonna build all these roads. Oh, we need a fisher. Oh great. We need a fucking fisher. Let's see. Fisherman. I'm going to go ahead and reduce our builders to 2, because we also need a hunter. We have 2 laborers, 2 builders, 2 farmers, 2 gatherers, 1 fisherman, and 1 hunter. I'm going to reduce the gatherers to 1. Builders, we're going to leave it 2, because they still have quite a bit to do. They have the woodcutter to build, which we were not going to assign a woodcutter until really close to winter, sometime in mid to late autumn. And then we're going to keep the builders probably forever at 2 at least, until we get obviously a big city, and we're going to keep making everything more and more. We should have plenty of wood, but I am a little bit worried about the stone, because they're going to do the stone after they clear all these trees. Probably should have made it in smaller sections to keep everything even, but I digress. Alright, it's going well, everyone. It's going fucking well. We're going to have plenty of food stocked. This is at 45% yield. We're going to have a shit ton of corn and a shit ton of squash for the winter. They're going to have some sort of weird, disgusting corn and squash stew, I'm sure. It's going to be... Everybody's going to be vomiting, but you know what? They're going to be nourished. Granted, because they're going to be able to eat more corn squash stew after they vomit the first batch up. They're gonna get a sort of tolerance built up to how disgusting it is eventually. Okay, and then they're gonna have fish. They're gonna have some fish to work with as well. Let's check our storage here. We got berries from the gatherer. We got some hide coats, probably from default. We still got plenty of potatoes. We've got roots from the people gathering as well, and iron tools, which we're gonna need a blacksmith to make more of. But we probably should have plenty for the entire first year. Let's see what's going on with these. They haven't really... They're still working on it. The problem, of course, is that... What is this guy doing? He's working. His name is Fritz. And he's carrying some sort of apples. Or something. Not apples. Some sort of food. Produce. Look at this. Look at this. No hunters. Hunter's not done anything yet. Unfortunately. Here's our hunter over here. Maybe he's tracking these deer. Oh, it's a lady. Shell. 14-year-old hunter. Somehow, I'm not sure Shell has the skills yet to hunt deer. They're just casually walking across this little river. Seems like the perfect time to be shooting them with some sort of bow. But she's just like wandering around anyway. What is she doing actually? She is working apparently. But I think she might be still doing some of the laborer's work. Even though she is the hunter. But soon she will be the hunted. Because these deer are going to go fuck her up. Alright, we're waiting for Shell to get actually murdered by a deer. There are actually, if you look, there's deer in the town square. So we could easily be murdering these deer for their flesh. But it's not happening. So we're just going to have to deal with it. We are almost done with the woodcutter, which will be good to have. And then they'll start on the houses, which I am a little bit worried about. Sometimes it takes them forever to build houses for some reason. They'll start doing something else that has nothing to do with anything. I'm sure they're going to stop building. They're going to stop after the woodcutter and build like this road and then go back to the houses. This is almost done. And then it'll be just sitting there for a little bit until we get a woodcutter closer to winter. We got house, 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 house. That's 4 houses. A lot of times you need about 5 or 6. Depends on how they separate the families. Let's see the food situation. Mushrooms, berries, onions, potatoes. Oh, we got onions from the gatherer now. The gatherer is paying dividends early. Let me just say, onions, really delicious. Actually, I hate onions. Fucking onions. But still, I didn't expect them to get onions from this. They got berries and mushrooms, naturally. Onions, oh, it's a surprise. It is a surprise. They can have some onion soup, which sounds disgusting, but I digress. Alright, what's going on now? What's happening? We got 87% built on the woodcutter. Do we have any deer meat? I'm waiting for deer meat or some sort of animal flesh to come. Maybe they are getting hide coats. No, they can't have. I think the tailor needs to be built to make any more coats than they have now. And they should be fine on clothes through the first year and beyond, as well as tools, as far as I can tell from my previous excursions into this game. Got a gatherer's hut that obviously doing the job. The hunting cabin, not so much just yet. Shell, the hunter. Shell is working. I can only imagine she's going to be coming home with a big-ass deer carcass at any time. Just a big-ass dead deer. Alright, let's see. We got more roads to be built. Boom, 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 boom. What we're going to do now, we're going to build a bridge. We want to build a bridge early because we want them to have access across the river as soon as possible. And also this should help Shell hunt a little bit better. Because this thing has a pretty big arc. It goes a little bit across the river. You want her to be able to go over there to hunt. It's going to be Brill. And by Brill, I mean brilliant. Brilly. It's going to be Brilly for really. Alright. We got the woodcutter up. We just need to place a worker whenever we need to. which won't be for a while. So we're gonna be good. We're gonna try to ignore this really big ass question mark. It's gonna bug me forever. But we're dealing with it. All right, let's see what's going on with the houses. Any sort of houses progress? No, it looks like they're probably gonna build the road first. Probably gonna build the road first. Now we got all these laborers and stuff. A laborer, child, definitely just walking around. All of our laborers out here getting this rock. Then we got a gatherer, gathering mushrooms and shit. Any sort of meat yet? Nope, just some more roots. Not sure what they do with roots. I'm sure they eat them or something. Spice up their corn squash stew. This corn's at 83% yield, and this squash is at 69% yield. Ha 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 ha! 69, everybody. Let's laugh together. Okay, and it looks like we've got some people mining this iron as well. This guy is a builder, but he's still getting iron. Oh no, he's not. He's getting the road. Okay, that makes more sense. I was about to be really very angry with young Gardo, the 14-year-old builder. He's getting something to eat now after he built a little bit of stretch of road. It's fine with me, though. Fine with me. We got the fisherman. Fisher lady, actually. Catelyn, the 17-year-old fisher. She's loving it down here. Plenty of fish. Plenty of fucking fish in this river. You got the river going this way, feeding into the bigger river. Oh, there's plenty of fish, I'm sure. Get some fish, bitch. I didn't see any fish, actually. She may have just started fishing, because I don't see any fish in our storage unit. As soon as we have a houses up, they're going to start putting the wood and the food into each house. And then we can see if we need any extra houses. But it may be a while before they start the houses, which is worrying, actually, because we don't want them out in the cold whenever autumn comes. It is in the middle of summer. It is in the middle of summer, so we have late summer, early autumn, and mid-autumn to come, where we shouldn't have to worry about much in terms of survival. But we really want them to get on this, so I'm going to go ahead and prioritize these houses as much as I can. I don't really know how this works too much. I just know that I can do this. I can scroll over things and do things. Let's go, builders. Let's go, Arthena. Get your ass over there and build a house. Let's build us a house. Really, they're almost done with the road, so except this little bit here that I've made. Hopefully, they'll go from this road stretch to these houses immediately. What is this? This is the fisherman. She is probably taking some fish. Oh no, she's not. She's getting something to eat. Just eat the fish you just caught. What the hell? Alright, we're gathering quite a bit of berry and mushroom. I'm gonna be quite honest. Hopefully this is sustainable. Hopefully the gatherer is a sustainable thing and they're not just gonna eventually run out of berries and mushrooms to pick in this area. Hopefully they regrow and you'll constantly be getting a little bit of a little small influx of berry mushrooms. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Our laborers are bringing over the goods to the buildings, and since they're so close to our stockpile, it shouldn't take them very long to do. We've already got a builder building this house, so this should be up in short order, everybody. Oh yeah! Then we'll get to see who's a family, who's going to be having underage sex to make babies at the age of like 14. It's going to be an exciting time for the town of Pizzasota. True Americans having babies at 14. Stockpiling berries like a badass. All the onions are gone, man. They really wanted some onions. All the onions, they just taken the bites out of them like apples. Oh yeah, this is working like clockwork. Okay. So once the laborers are done taking the materials to the houses, they'll go back to gathering all this delicious, delicious stone. And then we'll have lots of stuff. I guess they'll have lots of stuff, you know. Any fish yet? We got roots now. We got more roots. They keep bringing in roots, which is exciting for me. I don't know why. I just know it is. Getting my loins ablaze. Setting my loins on fire, knowing that there are roots coming in. Oh yeah, this house is done. Let's see who's living there. Gardo with Arthena. 15 and 16-year-olds with 2 children, Donovani and Bernstein, 3 years old each. The thing is, apparently when you build houses, they start making babies more. That's a problem. So I've read that people don't even build houses. They just let them walk around in the winter and stuff, and it maybe isn't a problem. I don't know how that works, but I don't think it really would work because they would die of cold, wouldn't they? So maybe that person's wrong. I don't know. You guys can tell me if I'm doing something stupid by building houses early and letting them have too many babies. Because you know, children, they don't work, but they do eat. So they do take up some of your, they consume your goods, but they don't actually put anything back into the community. So the more children you have walking around, the worse actually. Maybe later on it'll be for the better, but for now, it's not good. So we've got 4 people here, 2 people here. Oh, way to go, Fritz and Catlin. You're wasting fucking space. Let someone else live with you. Let Fritz. Wait, is this? No, this is Fritz's house. Halsey needs a house. She's been farming away. She has no place to live. Oh, they're harvesting the corn. Look at this. They should be harvesting the squash soon as well. The corn is coming in. Big old corn stalks coming in. Inventory, we got some corn, some firewood, some onions, and some potatoes stocked up in this household. This household should have more. Oh, look at this. Look at all this shit they've got. Wow. You guys are hoarding the goods, man. This is almost built. And this is not started yet. We're in late summer. We're about to hit autumn soon, anytime now. I still haven't seen if any. Oh, here's some fish. 28 fish. And did they have any fish in the households? No, none there, and none there. So these 2 houses should have fish in them. These 2 houses are going to be sorely lacking delicious fish. This house in particular is just gonna have some mushrooms, roots, onions, and berries. God, life back in the day, not the best. Not the best at all.